There is no dispute that Ms. Heard did not write that headline.
He's a very powerful man.
People love currying favor with powerful men.
Currying
And I know
favor
that
and
firsthand. I've
risking
lived
jail
it.
time for committing perjury
I have
for a
seen people
powerful
do this.
man.
I have seen people do this time and time again.
That's why I wrote the op-ed.
Ms. Heard
Did not write that headline. That's why I wrote the op-ed.
Okay, all right, I was just gonna say, I've just never seen that before. I've seen a lot of things, but I've just never seen it.
For 6 weeks, the court heard the tawdry details of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's volatile relationship and its ultimately unhappy end. While on the stand, Depp rejected his former partner's claims of abuse outright, telling jurors he had never struck Amber nor any woman in his life. Instead, the veteran alleged that he suffered at the hands of his ex-wife, who abused and demeaned him. At the thick of it were lead attorneys from Amber's side, Elaine Bredehoft and Ben Rottenborn. As you would expect, such a fiercely contested case brings out the worst of emotions from people. But this time, we are going to focus on a particular person, the judge. Some of the comments, arguments, and presentations made by Amber's legal team really got into the nerves of the presiding judge. Do you think Amber Heard's lawyers played a part in her failure? Now let's look at 7 times the judge was displeased by Amber's lawyers.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he'd sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay.
Number 1. Inappropriate remarks during closing arguments. Attorneys for Johnny Depp asked the judge overseeing the defamation trial to strike part of the closing arguments made by Amber Heard's lawyers, saying the remarks were inappropriate and the judge couldn't agree less. The remarks were made by Ben Rottenborn, who told the jurors in the closing arguments that they should view a verdict against her as a message to every victim of domestic abuse everywhere. This appeared as if Amber's lawyers were trying to arm twist the judge, thus the open annoyance from both the judge and Depp's representatives. Ruling against Amber here sends a message that no matter what you do as an abuse victim, you always have to do more. No matter what you document, you always have to document more, Rottenborn said. No matter whom you tell, you always have to tell more people. No matter how honest you are about your own imperfections and your own shortcomings in a relationship, you have to be perfect in order for people to believe you. Rottenborn said that a verdict against Amber would make the jurors an accomplice to Depp, who he said wanted to destroy the actress's life because she left him and accused him of abuse. Calling the judge an accomplice of Depp's wasn't going to sink in well with the bench, and that may have influenced the final verdict. In a motion filed in court a day later, Depp's attorney said Rottenborn's arguments amounted to inviting jurors to decide the case based on passion and prejudice and a larger social objective beyond the evidence presented to them during the 6-week trial. They asked Judge Penny Askerid, overseeing the case, to strike Rottenborn's remarks from the record and ask jurors to disregard them. The judge agreed with them. Number 2, the case will proceed. Amber Heard's lawyers made a last-ditch effort to have the case dismissed, only for the judge to deny their request.
Motion to strike is denied as to count 1.
Before starting their case, Amber's lawyers asked Judge Penny Askerid to dismiss the case, saying Johnny Depp had not proven his claims. The judge swiftly denied the request regarding 2 statements in the Washington Post op-ed because she believed there was a scintilla of evidence the jury would have found defamatory, and eventually they did. The judge held off ruling on a 3rd statement in the op-ed because the relevant evidence had not been brought in yet. The request sparked angry exchanges in court, with both sides strongly making their arguments. Amber's lawyer, Ben Rottenborn, said that if the court agrees that Depp abused the actress even once, she would win. Again, that appeared as if the judge really had no work to do but give in to their demands. Number 3, yes, I let the whole world witness the hearing. Millions of people watched Penny Askerid, the chief judge of Fairfax County, as she presided over the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard over 6 weeks. Askerid had maintained a low-key presence, accepting or rejecting evidence, and occasionally admonishing witnesses to focus on the question. But the most consequential decision Askerid made may have come weeks before the trial, when she allowed Court TV to operate 2 pool cameras in the courtroom. Amber's team tried unsuccessfully to exclude the cameras from the trial. As a pre-trial hearing on February 25th, attorney Elaine Bredehoft noted that there was already tremendous media attention as well as interest from fearful anti-Amber networks. What they'll they'll do is take anything that's unfavorable, a look, Elaine said. They'll take out of context a statement and play it over and over and over and over again. Depp's lawyer Ben Chu welcomed the cameras. He said that Amber had already trashed Depp in the media and should not be allowed to hide at trial. In weighing the issue, Ascrit noted that she was getting a lot of media requests, and she had a responsibility to keep the proceedings open to observers. If cameras were not allowed, she worried that reporters would come to the courthouse, potentially creating a hazardous condition there. The continuous insistence by Amber's team, even after clarifying, seemed to piss off the judge, who eventually allowed media coverage in the courtroom for the entire period. And oh, what a show that was. Number 4, making the judge look vulnerable. In Amber's closing statement, her lawyer Ben Rottenborn said the nitpicking over the actress's evidence of abuse ignored the fact that there was overwhelming evidence on her behalf, and that sent a dangerous message to domestic violence victims. If you didn't take pictures, it didn't happen, Rottenborn said. If you did take pictures, they're fake. If you didn't tell your friends, they're lying. If you did tell your friends, they're part of the hoax. And he rejected Camille's suggestion that if the jury thinks Amber might be embellishing on a single act of abuse, that they have to disregard everything she says. He said Depp's libel claim must fail if Amber suffered even a single incident of abuse. They're trying to trick you into thinking Amber has to be perfect to win, Rottenborn said. The lawyer told jurors that even if they tend to believe Depp's claim that he never abused Amber, he still can't win his case because the actress has a First Amendment right to weigh in on matters of public debate. That was another open case of Amber's lawyers trying to tell the judge what to do, and she didn't like it one bit. Number 5, the lawyers asked the judge to adopt UK court findings. Over a year back, a court in the United Kingdom sifted through the rubble of a high-profile marriage gone bad and found that actor Johnny Depp was not defamed by a British newspaper's article describing him as a wife-beater. During their second hearing, an attorney for Depp's ex-wife wanted the Virginia judge to embrace those findings in the recently concluded defamation case. The lawyers asked Judge Penny Ascrit to allow them to amend the Aquaman star's grounds for defense in the defamation case brought by Depp. Attorney Elaine Bredehoft pointed out that the question of whether Depp was violent and caused Amber to fear for her life had already been litigated in the UK, and Depp lost that case. The entire world can't say Mr. Depp is a wife-beater, she argued. Elaine argued that recognizing the British court's findings would prevent the waste of judicial resources. But the judge wasn't so pleased with the lawyer of offering professional advice. If only Elaine knew, she would have stuck to her lane. Number 6, Amber storms out of the court, angering the judge. A video of Amber Heard leaving the stand and walking out of the Fairfax County Court went viral on social media. In the clip, the judge asks the actress's lawyer, Elaine Bredehoft, if she has any more questions for her client. After looking through her notebook for a few seconds, she politely says, "I don't have any more questions, Your Honor." So the judge tells the 36-year-old she can leave the stand. "Go and take a seat next to your attorney, okay?" Judge Penny Ascrit says before Amber gets up from her seat, grabs her water bottle, and begins walking. However, she doesn't go and sit next to her attorney as asked. She instead walks straight out of the courtroom as an officer follows. The judge then tells everyone that the court is stopping for a 15-minute afternoon recess, and everyone stands up before exiting the court. The judge was openly angry at Amber's lawyers for not correctly advising her and therefore holding the court in contempt. Number 7, Amber's lawyer objects to his questions, forcing the judge to intervene. One of Amber's attorneys objected to his own line of questioning during Depp's $50 million defamation lawsuit against the actress, seemingly prompting the Pirates of the Caribbean star to chuckle in court. But the judge wasn't so impressed, probably deeming it a waste of time. At one point during testimony, attorney Adam Nadelhaft was questioning Ben King, Depp's house manager, regarding the 2015 fight between Amber and the actor in Australia that left him with a severed finger. "You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?" Nadelhaft asked King. King testified, saying that a doctor told him that Depp sustained an injury to one of his fingers, prompting Nadelhaft to quickly cut him off. Objection, hearsay," Nadelhaft interjected, and then the judge came in. "Wait, you asked the question," Judge Penny Ascrit responded. "Next question." "Oh, Okay, a stammering Nadelhaft replied. Depp and his attorney appeared to be amused by the in-court gaffe, seemingly giggling after Nadelhaft's moment of confusion as the actor put a hand to his mouth. The judge, on her part, seemed displeased as the hearing was time-based, so even a minute wasted was crucial. Do you think such moments played a part in the final verdict read out by the jury? Let us know in the comment section below. In our upcoming videos, we'll be bringing you more updates following the landmark ruling by the Virginia court, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't get to miss any of them.